Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I did have a suggestion for my first ShoeOnHead reaction video of another one, and this one, oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I may need some therapy. I may feel inadequate, or the female Gooner must be stopped by ShoeOnHead. Am I going to be okay after this one? I don't know. I have not seen any part of this. I do know snippets of it being something like going to a Minotaur farm, female milks something like that for some reason. And I think my male self-esteem is going to go down quite a bit here. So Miss Shoe, if you ever see this, thank you for bringing this to light and making my inadequacies come to life. I know I don't have to do this, but I'm going to. I do like the suggestions. So guys, if you come across this and you've been here and I haven't turned you off with my monotone voice, my lack of energy or whatever you want to call it, I don't know. We are starting out. We are learning. But I'm gonna text you. She's gonna be down in the comments. Go check her out. She's very, very funny. I like her takes on stuff. I enjoy her content. I enjoy watching Miss Shoe a lot. I'm gonna call you Shoe, Miss ShoeOnHead, or Miss Shoe if that's okay, because I'm respectable like that. And we're gonna see what happens. But yeah, go check her out. And if you like her content, give her a sub. Subscribe and like her videos, all that jazz. Because I think she's very good, very good. And if I did have to say it, since she's not a VTuber though, she is another one of my Oshis. No disrespect or cringy hype. I just enjoy her content and I try to watch many videos. Here lately, I found her through Scooch-Ann, which she is almost like my spirit animal, because I didn't think a space cat from Hungary would be my spirit animal, but that is because it's hilarious. But let's get to Miss Shoe's video. Again, I think I'm gonna have some deep thoughts on this one and try to keep my masculinity in check. And hopefully I don't feel inadequate at the end. But I may. I hope I don't get scared, because apparently the female gooning is a thing. I wouldn't suspect about, half man, half cow. Or bull, whatever you want to call it. So Miss Shoe, hopefully I make you proud. And yeah, let's go. Let's go, guys.
Oh, I didn't see you there. What am I reading, you ask? Well, just one of the best-selling books on Amazon right now. With
How can it be the best-selling books on Amazon?
millions of sales and almost 20,000 5-star reviews.
Really?
This book has been absolutely blowing up, especially on TikTok, or Book Talk, as the kids call it.
I heard about Book Talk. It seems scary, so I will never go on it.
Thousands and thousands of women, in particular, have been raving about this piece of literature. What piece of literature is it, you may ask? Well, Morning Glory Milking Farm, of course.
Really? Morning Glory Milking Farms. Oh my goodness.
A popular romance novel about a young woman down on her luck who does what every young woman does when facing financial struggle. She starts an OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. She wouldn't degrade herself like that. She gets a job jerking off monsters.
That's right, the Morning Glory Milking Farm.
I have been reading Morning Glory Milking Farm since last night, and I'm obsessed.
This was a good time. It did not disappoint.
If this book is trash, then I am a fucking raccoon. Give me all of the garbage.
Get your eyeballs on this, because it is so good.
What?
I regret to inform you that there is a new epidemic. An epidemic that many have yet to discuss. And that epidemic is female Gooners. Now, for those of you
He posted that like it was a flex. I see. Yeah. What happened to self-esteem? What happened to it?
unaware, Gooner is internet slang for someone addicted to porn. And smut is slang for dark romance
myself here.
novels,
I'm kinda in
otherwise
the
known
way.
as porn. Many correct about the dangers of porn addiction with men, how it can destroy their lives and their relationships, and most men know the material they consume is weird. That is why they are ashamed of it. That is why they
Yes.
delete their browser history.
We have self-shame, but I do not look at that stuff. I swear. You will never know because my internet history is always gone.
That is why they go incognito mode. But these bitches freaks out here. They display their smut openly in bookstores.
Yeah.
They proudly pose in front of their smut collections. They discuss their smut openly on TikTok. They go to smut conventions and get choked out by 9-foot-tall shirtless wendigos. Now, I know what you are
What?
thinking. Shoo, isn't this the pot
There's the white monster again. Can somebody tell me what it tastes like? I'm curious.
calling the kettle degenerate? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. But have you considered it takes one to truly know one? You see, women are strange, fascinating creatures. For centuries, men have tried to figure us out. Our mood is affected by the tides and the moon. We bleed for 5 days and don't die. By painting my face, I can instantly shapeshift from a 4 to a 6. We are truly mysterious,
Yes.
magical creatures. But one of the most mysterious aspects of women to men is our sexuality. You see, us women are not like those disgusting moids. No, we are sophisticated. We are evolved. We don't watch videos of strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. No, we read about strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. It's different, okay? You don't understand. It's okay when we do it.
Is
So,
it?
let's talk about it. Let's talk about the
Do we
rapidly
have to?
growing popularity of dark romance on TikTok.
Oh, is that what they call it? Dark romance? So that makes it good? Is that what they call bestiality nowadays?
And the recent dark romance convention that ended in disaster. Let's take a break from all this
I gotta give her a
depressing
leg
political news and
like
talk
it.
about something silly. Not that those political things aren't important, trust me, they are. You should be keeping up with politics and the news when you can. I know it can be difficult to do, but fear not. I have an app for that. So
Oh.
before we get into this video, let's quickly give a shout out to our sponsor,
Shout
Ground
out.
News. Ground News is a website and an app that gives readers an easy
how nice
way
you.
to read news from all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political bias that helps you understand the full story and makes sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features on Ground News is the blind spot feature, which shows you news stories that have been covered by one side of the political aisle and ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how Gavin Newsom is signing a bill to give 800,000 Uber and Lyft drivers in California the right to unionize. Pretty cool. Rare Newsom W. 12 news sources covered this, 7 were left-wing and 0 were right-wing, because the right is covering a far more important topic. Harvard hires drag performer Lahore Vagistan as a visiting professor. 21 news sources
Jesus.
covered this, 20 were right-wing, 1 was left-wing. A country divided, truly. Ground
much
News
so.
also makes it very easy to compare headlines, so you can see how political bias completely reframes a story.
That's
For
pretty cool.
example, talking about how Trump has been posting a bunch of those sombrero memes, and the New York Post says, White House official behind Trump's hilarious meme war on Dems revealed. And then a left-wing outlet covers the same story, like, as the shutdown continues, a checked-out Trump posts childish memes. Wildly different vibes going
Yeah,
on here.
very much
I've been
so.
using Ground News since 2021. It is one of my favorite apps. Like, it is my go-to, like, when I wake up.
Huh.
I, like, check Twitter, and then I check Ground News, like, immediately. But don't just take my word for it. Even the Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. Best
There
of
you go.
all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I
Hit the
use
QR
to
code,
access
guys.
all their amazing features. And it's only $5 a month, which is like basically the price of a coffee nowadays. So go to ground.news/shoe or
Man,
use
she
the
had a little bit of
QR
a
code
New York
here
accent there,
on
right, didn't she?
screen, or use the link in
New
the
York
video
or Boston?
description. So
Coffee.
thank you to Ground News
Coffee.
for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. Right?
Never. Never, Shoe. Always watch your ads.
So let's get back to the video. Book Talk is a very interesting place, and any book fans out there know how it has absolutely destroyed the hobby of literature and just flooded it with absolute slop. Spicy slop. You see, books on
Spicy.
TikTok are not rated by how well they are written or how good the characters are. No, they are rated by the spice. And what does spice
Really?
mean? Porn.
Oh.
It means porn. Spice level is very important to
I guess if you call it different, you call it spice, it's fine. But if you call it porn, it's bad. Hey guys, check this out. This is 10 times spicy. Oh yeah? Or you can say, this has got some really hardcore. Yeah, stop right there.
book talkers. How much spice does a book have? What are the spiciest books they have ever read? How spicy is the book they're currently reading? Spice, spice, spice. The spiciest
shame.
book going
No
viral
shame.
on Book Talk lately is none other than Morning Glory Milking Farm by C.M. Nascosta. Violet is a typical down-on-her-luck millennial, mid-20s, overeducated, and drowning in debt. Oh my god! She's just like me! On the verge of moving into her parents' basement, when a lifeline appears in the form of a very unconventional job in the neighboring Cambric Creek. She has no choice but to grab it with both hands.
It's just going to go south real fast. And come on. If that's the number one, that writing is not very good.
Morning Glory Farm offers full-time hours, full benefits, and generous pay with no experience needed. There's only one catch. The clientele is grade A certified prime beef. Oh god. With the manly, meaty endowments to... Okay.
Oh no! Oh god, it's going. It's going. I need to back it up though. There's only one catch. Grade A certified prime brief with the manliest, meatiest endowments to match. Milking minotaurs isn't something Violet ever considered as a career option, but she determined to turn the opportunity. Oh, God.
Oh god. With the manly, meaty endowments to... Okay.
Morning Glory Milking Farm is actually a profound critique of late-stage capitalism and toxic masculinity.
What? How is milking minotaurs? Oh. Man, they really like to fucking stretch it, man, just to make anything political. God.
In this text, we see that the tingling sensation in her coochie is actually the tingling sensation of a Marxist revolution.
What? How does that even... What? Somebody explain that, how that works. How's the tingling in a panini is... What? I think I'm short-circuiting. Hang on, guys.
This is every fucking breadtube video to me, dude. This is every Jack Saint video. So I actually read the book myself, and I'm not gonna lie. The 19th Amendment needs to be abolished. So, like I said, the story is basically this millennial named Violet, and she gets a job basically working at Big Pharma in Narnia, where they harvest minotaur milk to make Viagra for human males.
What? So, let me get this straight. They are taking minotaur specimens, taking their seed, turning it into Viagra for human males. So basically, you're just drinking bull semen? I would have rather. I'd have a limp noodle rest of my life. Sorry.
And I read the whole thing. Probably
Bad you. Bad.
gonna be put on some kind of watch list. But listen, this is my job, okay? I'm not out here like selling feet pics or something.
You took one for the team, guys. Give her a like and follow.
What I do is far more dignified and normal. Now, let's take a look at some of these notes I wrote. Let's see. Big dick and balls. At one point, she says the term, and I quote.
Yeah.
The seam of his sack.
Oh, you don't gotta explain it. Oh, God. God. I swear I'm not two people put together. If you see the seam, I'm one person.
So I'm reading this, and the whole time I'm thinking, like, okay, he probably has, like, a human head, right? He probably, like, looks something like this. Like, you know, just a...
Now, see, at the end of the day, if it had to go that far, I would find that somewhat accessible. Accessible? What am I trying to say? I would agree to that. Not for me personally, but for a woman, yeah. He's mostly man with a little bit of bullish to him. The ears kind of throw me off though. God damn, I think he's bigger than me. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Damn it, he's got bigger muscles than me.
dude with, like, horns. Then I see the official artwork.
Seriously? Seriously. Women, we need to talk. Oh, God. He's more cow. No. What has happened to society? No. Shit, what's going on? That is disturbing.
That's a cow.
Yes.
Bro is a cow. Bro is a straight up cow. In a few
Fucking
parts, they're
bovine.
being intimate, and it will be like, his hooves clip clopped.
Really? You don't even got feet and hands? What?
My hooves will tear up your sheets.
Oh, God. I'm too young to hear this. I'm too young to hear this. But here we go.
And it's like, I'm sorry, his what? At one point, she describes kissing him. And I swear to God, it was more disgusting than anything else described in this book. She's like describing how big and wide his mouth is and how big and like slimy his tongue is.
Oh, God. I'm glad I haven't ate supper yet.
She's like describing the shit and you're just like, that's a cow. I mean, we are at a solid 5.5 on the Barbeau scale here. This is dangerous territory, folks. She also...
I didn't know there was a scale. Is there a scale? Barbosa? What did she say? What'd she say? Barbot scale. Monster. I'm guessing furry specimens.
on the Barbeau scale
I didn't know that was a thing.
here. This is dangerous territory, folks. She also...
Don't say it. I don't say it.
F***ers his ass.
Oh my... What? I don't go for that. Oh, no. No. I don't... Can I keep going?
She f***ers
We're not even quarter of the way there yet, guys. Oh my God.
the cow's ass. By the way, if you want an uncensored version of this video and all my videos, Patreon.
Go check out our Patreon. I will skip this section because I don't know. But yes, Patreon, ShoeOnHead. Let me get out of the way here. See it. Go support Miss You.
Go to Patreon, become a member. All members get the uncensored version of every video, so you can hear me talking about s***ing and f***ing and f***ing a cow's asshole.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't watch that. I would. Mm.
Is that what you freaks want? And
No, I didn't even want you. Even though you bleeped it, it still kind of hurt my feelings. Miss you. Please stay innocent. I do like when your Boston or New York accent come out, though. Yeah.
anyway, I like how in this fantasy world, student loans still exist. Like, we can imagine a world with minotaurs and humans in a relationship, but we can't imagine a world without student loans.
Right? Yeah. We got minotaurs. You can milk them for money, but guess what? You still got to go to college and pay millions of dollars for student loans. It can't be universal health care, universal colleges. No. But you could go milk a minotaur for money.
Sad. Oh, and he has one of those bull rings, like the nose ring theory septum rings.
Oh,
and in this
God.
world, that means, like, you're married.
Really? Because I do know, because I've been on a farm, that is something to, well, it kind of makes sense because you actually you can domesticate. English is hard. Give me a minute. This is kind of fried my brain. We're not even halfway through yet. It is to help to get the rage out of the bull to domesticate them. There we go. I said it. Yeah.
But apparently he's divorced. The man is divorced. This is a divorced cow.
Who's writing this stuff? Is this AI? Or... And this is the top-selling book on Amazon. The writing is fucking... Hey. What do you guys think? Think I can write one? Think I can write a bestiality milking thing for the book talk and make millions of dollars?
With a cow
Maybe get a Bucati or a... Maybe I can get Scooch to Chanel. Get Scooch to Chanel bag.
ex-wife. The lore is deep, folks. The funniest part, though, has to be when they go on a date. I need to just read this to you. When the bill arrived, she attempted to pull a handful of carefully folded bills from her wristlet before he stopped her. No, that's absolutely not happening. Put that away. She'd not thought about it until the day after their first dinner together, realizing that in mortification that she ought to have attempted to pay her half. What kind of feminist are you? She asked herself. She couldn't remember the last time she'd been out and hadn't paid for her half, including her coffee date with Carson Tinsley. She had come prepared that night, several weeks of her tips smoothed and tucked into her wristlet. But I didn't even offer to pay half the other night and shouldn't have... Violet. If the commanding rumble of his voice hadn't silenced her. The heat of his hand dropping to her knee would've. I don't want you to feel that you don't have any agency here. I might be the one giving all the orders, but you hold all the cards. Your comfort is the only thing that counts right now. And if I overstep, I want you to know you can tell me so. But that's not happening. Don't think I'm unaware we're at different points in our careers. You can say no, you can say you don't want to see me again, you can tell me to stop coming to the farm when you're working. It's dinner, not a down payment of your time. But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone. So when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. She was a good feminist, she told herself, and she definitely couldn't be bought. But if he had suggested at that moment that he would have appreciated a blowjob, she would have fallen face first on his cock with an open mouth without a shred of hesitation.
Oh my God. What is this? What is this story? It was a nice dinner. He was trying to be a feminist to pay her half, because why not? He's like, no, I'm the guy. This is not a down payment of your time, or whatever she said, and went straight to, if he wanted me to do it, I would give him some fellatio right there on the spot in front of everybody. God, this.
Inside every woman, there are two wolves. Or two bulls. The strong, independent girl boss and the submissive, doting housewife. And in the presence of a masculine man, or a farm animal, she will fold like a lawn chair and instantly return to factory settings.
Oh, God, yeah. Or a farm. Oh, Jeebus.
It's dinner, not a down payment for your time. but I'm
Oh,
in a
God.
position to comfortably spoil someone. So when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. I said, okay, I highlighted that paragraph for myself.
Clean up aisle 5. So that's
Yeah. Chew. No.
what I thought of it. But what did other people think of it? What are the
don't-
reviews on this book?
I don't wanna
This
see
book
it.
has a 4.1 on Amazon with 21,000 ratings and
God
a 3.6 on
damn.
Goodreads with nearly 60,000 ratings. Let's
Ooh.
just read some random ones
No,
here.
I don't
Hear
want
me
to.
out. Hear me out.
No.
A milking good time.
Mm.
Sweet and creamy.
Ah.
The spice is spicing. I was
No.
very leery of starting this because I thought it was just going to be porn. The plot is pretty good. The plot? Please. This is like the new I read Playboy for the articles. Like, sure you do. This book could kill a Victorian child. 5 stars. I'll never look at a jug of milk the same. I think I'm lactose intolerant now. So that happened. Our eyes will never see the gates of heaven. 1 star. Not a helpful guide. This book failed to teach me how to milk a cow, and now my family has no food for the winter. 1 star. Accidentally ordered while on pain medication after an operation. Gave this to my mom as a joke gift for Christmas. You what? Lesai. Why can't
Oh
human
my
males
God.
be more like this? Tall, rich, and handsome are no longer enough, boys. Now you have to be a 9-foot tall creature from Greek mythology with a 13-inch dick.
Well, guess I'm done. Guess the meals are cooked. Sorry, lads. We had a good run. She gave it to her mom. That one gave it to her mom for. Yeah, didn't even read it. Oh, what is going
I
on?
never want to hear from another person about how they read 100 books in a year if this is the kind of slop they are consuming.
Yeah, right?
Well, Ronald, man detected, this isn't for you. This is for women. So take your ass back to Barely Legal Babysitter 5 or whatever the f you watch that is so morally superior than this.
I'm on 10. Thank you very much.
Let him who is without sin cast the first stone, okay? God bless America. It's great.
And I was just kidding. I don't do this stuff.
Great to live in a country where I can casually enjoy cozy erotica about a young woman who milks her way to financial security and true love with a minotaur. This is what freedom looks like, and I intend to fully enjoy it before the Supreme Court takes this right away next. If this is what freedom looks like, I'm really rethinking my stance on freedom, not gonna lie. Maybe we should have less of it. All I know is if Donald Trump takes the monster porn, we are going to make 2020 look like a picnic, okay?
Right?
Bull cock matters.
No.
Oh my God. Edit that
Oh, she
out.
said it.
Editor,
No.
edit that out.
No.
Women are gonna be picking up Animal Farm now, like, where's the horse cock? Some of you people owe a certain streamer an apology because this book has way too many 5 stars. Some of you are lying. So after buying this book, Amazon has given me a few interesting recommendations.
Not the recommendations. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Would you like to see them?
No. I actually summoned a demon boyfriend. Really? Is he gonna possess your panini?
I accidentally summoned a demon boyfriend. That time I got drunk and saved a demon. Gentling the beast. Cupcakes for my orc enemy. Mane of my existence. The gargoyle and the spinster. The widow and the orcs. Hoarded by the dragon. There's something about dragons. Getting it on with gargoyles. Gotten by the gator. Mated to the mountain bear. Oh, so this is why they chose the bear. The billionaire orc. Moth manager.
Oh, no.
Wolves and whipped cream.
Oh, God. Guys, I think we found $1 million idea. Let's go on to AI. Type in werewolf. The werewolf and the maiden. The love story of the ages. Put it up there. Give a chubby chick with some pink hair and a couple of werewolves, and guess what? $1 million. Werewolves, wolves, and whipped cream. Oh, he's. Yeah, thanks for the suggestions.
The wolf in my tavern. Pounded by
No, not the the produce! Not the produce! We're not making pickles!
Produce? Oh, what? Are these the books the Nazis burned?
My husband only reads finance and sci-fi books, and so I think it's about time that I introduce him to some real literature. So
No.
the first book that I would like to introduce you to is called Morning Glory Milking Farm.
No, if my wife ever gave that to me, don't know what I would do. I wouldn't. No.
And it's not a normal milking farm like with cows. What it is it's big, bulky minotaurs, and it's a special type of milking.
See, honey, she's his stepsister, and she got stuck in the washing machine again. Women on TikTok are openly, proudly talking about the porn they consume and getting mad at people when they make fun of it. I hereby ban men from reacting to romantasy on TikTok. Best-selling romantasy books like A Court of Thorns and Roses and Fourth Wing contain descriptions of hot sex. I feel like that's common knowledge, if not their primary purposes. But in recent months, book talk has become full of men clutching their pearls while reacting to steamy scenes from these popular female-centered books. Obviously, this is all a massive performance. We live in the age of OnlyFans. The odds are that these men have seen actual porn that defies the laws of physics and God. Over 90% of men between the ages 16 and 73 watch porn in any random month. There's statistically no way all of these guys are shocked by the sex itself. What they are gawking at is sex from the perspective of female desire, scenes that depict women coming first and frequently. And what they are surprised by is the women they know love these scenes. In one video, a guy declares, "Now I know why women enjoy book clubs and wine," but his astonishment in itself is astonishing. Like, what do you think adult women were into? Not having sex and drinking wine? Grow up. Imagine a group of men sitting around drinking wine, discussing the porn they watch. That is what you guys are essentially doing.
Yes. And it ain't the female desire. It's just the bestiality. No. We don't milk fucking minotaurs. We don't fuck sheep. No.
It's just funny, okay? Like, it's funny. Are we really going to pretend that a story about a young woman getting a job milking mythical creatures to pay off her student debt is not funny? It's funny. If that makes me a sexist, a misogynist, you got me. To act like you are so different and above the other Gooners is just, it's silly. I'm sorry, but you are no different than Joe Schmo jorking it to fat booty Latinas in Space 12. You're sitting there all high and mighty, one hand on the book, acting like you're so superior because you can perfectly envision a horse cock spinning 360 degrees in your mind. I'm not impressed.
God. Oh, why'd you have to put... I got it. I can't think about it. No. Why'd you have to say that, Miss You?
The scenes these men are reading, to many people, myself included, are insanely sexy. But purely in terms of the acts being described, they aren't all that lurid. And as many of the comments on these videos point out, there is much wilder stuff out there. For example, these men have clearly not yet discovered knotting, a popular term in romantasy right now that involves werewolves whose penises get so swollen after sex they have to stay inside their partners until the swelling subsides. Oh!
What? No. I didn't know that. I didn't even know that.
Oh, honey, that's not a popular trend in romantasy. That's just a thing real dogs do.
Yeah.
Oh, you just don't get it. You don't know what knotting is. What are these women reading, bro? What happened to that, like, stupid fucking corny Hallmark thing, going home for Christmas to your hometown and falling in love with the cute farmer boy? What happened to that?
Yeah, my wife watches that all the time. I don't have a problem with it. Oh, God. Yes, what happened to the wholesome love stories?
We used to make fun of that. We truly did not know what we had until it was gone.
Yeah, I always made fun of my wife. She watched, especially Christmas time, the Hallmark movies where it's usually the female executive. She moved from their small town to the big city, and she's a designer or she works at a firm. She's got this big presentation going to be due when she gets back. They go back to home, and the local stud, her childhood friend, the local stud muffin, He's trying to save his family's tree farm or the family business or the local hardware store, and he struggles and he's trying to find a way. The bank is coming within a month or a couple weeks to close him down. Then she's like, well, you know what? I got all this executive training. Let's look at the books and see what we can do. Hey, we can put this on. We can put this on. We can do this. We can raise money this way. We can do that. Then as they're doing it, their feelings starting to intertwine. They're starting to look at each other's eyes differently. When the other person ain't looking, they're staring. When the person looks away, they just look down like, oh, don't let him see me. Don't let him see me. Catch the gaze. And at the end, the female executive or designer is supposed to go back and do their big presentation to get a big promotion or launch the big line. And they're engaged. They're going to be married this stuffy, wealthy businessman. But she's like, no, my feelings are here, and stays and runs the farm or hardware store with him, and they become successful in love story, and they get their first kiss at the end, and it's everybody cheers and thankful, and the music starts. That's like 90% of it. And I tell my wife every time she starts watching, I get told to shut up and go do something. I laugh when I walk out.
Now women out here fantasizing about getting their asses clapped by demons and werewolves and goblins and ghouls. I remember when 50 Shades of Grey came out and people were like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Women are crazy. 50 Shades of Grey looks like missionary sex through a bedsheet for the sole purpose of procreation compared to the shit the average woman on TikTok is reading. At least
Yeah, right?
Christian Grey was a human man and not a f***ing dog. You fantasize about dating the quiet, shy, nerdy girl. She's innocent, she's pure, she's not like those other girls, like going out clubbing and hooking up with random men. No, she's at home, curled up by the fire in a blanket, reading a book, except that book is about f***ing a half man, half bull. Let me let you in on a little secret. The quiet, nerdy girl is way more of a freak than the average hoe. Are you kidding me? It's not even close. The average hoe might have a body count of like 15 or so, but the quiet, nerdy girl is fantasizing about getting back shots from Cthulhu. That is at least 100 bodies. Now listen, there's nothing inherently wrong with fantasizing, okay? There's no
Oh, Jeebus. I am learning more than I want to know. I kind of knew about the shy, nerdy girls, being a little freaky, but explained like this, yeah. Again, I'm gonna need time after this one.
Nothing wrong with role play.
No.
Fiction is fiction, right? You're not actually going to bang your stepsister, right? These women are not actually going to bang a cow, or at least I hope not.
I hope not either, because that will not end well. Bulls are not to be messed with. They are temperamental. Do not, ladies, do never go into a bull's pasture, because it ain't gonna end well. And I'm not talking about the back shots, as Miss Shue said. It's gonna end very badly.
People know there is a difference between fantasy and reality. Well, what happens when they try to bring fantasy into reality? Well,
no, I don't want to know. I don't want to see it. I'm gonna close my eyes.
You get Sinners and Stardust.
Is this the new Chip and Dale theme style for the women?
What in the eyes wide shut is going on here? Sinners and Stardust was supposed to be a dark romance ball for romantasy authors and fans alike. So what's the big deal? Seems like a fun, sexy time, right? Maybe, if you're a woman. If you're a man, the night may have gone a little differently for you. Alright y'all, it appears I have to make a post that I'm frankly pretty goddamn upset I have to make. This post is for the readers who don't understand consent and boundaries only. A lot of you may know my good friend Animus. He's attended a signing of mine in the past and obviously is a musical artist. This past weekend he attended Sinners and Stardust and probably had one of the most heartbreaking experiences. So listen, he's a man, right? But do we think that means it's okay to put your hands all over him without consent? Or to put your hands in his waistband or down his pants?
Down his pants? Without asking? Ladies, again. We are men. We are simple creatures. There are boundaries. You cannot do that. That is called assault.
or touch his dick. Hello? Do
No, they actually touched it on my.
we think it's okay to quite literally back him into a corner and touch all over him to the point that he literally cannot tell how many hands are on him and whose are whose? Do we think it's okay to send him into an actual panic attack because of this? Furthermore, do we think it's okay to interrogate him and insist he detail how he'd kidnap a woman, despite him repeatedly saying he wouldn't do that and that shit is fiction, and then attempt to follow him when he tries to get away? And if that wasn't enough, during the time of this mob, him and another author received notification that an air tag was tracking him, which showed on his person all the way to his hotel room. They molested this guy until he passed out from anxiety, and then they put a f***ing tracker on him in order to stalk him back to his hotel.
What the hell? That is not okay. That is not okay. Bad women. Bad, bad, bad. Don't be doing this. Dude, no. Sorry, in that situation, I'd be throwing hands. That does not fly. I could not do it. No. I don't. No, that is not cool, man. That is far beyond acceptable. We got personal boundaries. Do not. No. Oh, that makes me a little angry, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little hot. Bloody hell.
Poor guy dressed like a character in one of the romantasy books at this romantasy convention full of women. That is like throwing roast beef into a pit of wolves.
God.
Or in this case, throwing a wolf into a pit of roast beef.
Oh no, not the roast beef joke. Oh god.
Remember years ago there was this thing called cosplay is not consent? Basically it was a campaign to bring attention to the fact that people at conventions would often come up to women dressed in sexy costumes and
yeah, I mean, it was a thing, they just because some of them took it a little too far, I get it. If you're nice looking, you want to show it off, but damn. But you got guys just, same thing, but even if one about that scenario about him passing out from anxiety, if all the hands, grabbing his pecker. If one guy would have put one finger on a girl like that, the bouncer would have thrown his ass out, and he probably would have been charged. But no, since it's women and it's the roles are reversed, that is not okay. None of it is ever okay. You leave your hands to yourself.
Just grope and grab them without their consent. Yeah, apparently we have to bring that back because these women did not get the memo. I've been a furry for over a decade and attended a lot of fur cons. Sure, sometimes weird shit happens, but honestly I can't believe the dark romance crowd is out here acting like this. Like me and my buddies in our fursuits are more respecting of consent and bodily autonomy. Get your shit together, y'all. When the furries are calling you out for being free,
yeah, if you got furries calling you out, you need to really take a look at yourself. You need to look hard in the mirror and what you're doing with your life. I mean, man. Yeah.
You need to reflect. Something has gone horribly wrong. Not only were the men at this book talk convention assaulted, but women were also assaulted by women. Multiple women, including a performer, reported being assaulted there as well. Even an author there said she was groped and dragged away from her friends and said no matter how many times she said no, quote, my words did nothing. May I remind you, this is a book convention.
A book convention. And no means no. Unless you're a woman going after another woman or a man. Do we got double standards here? I mean, seriously? A book convention? What is going on?
Okay, for books. Literal BDSM clubs are more respectful than this.
Yeah, they got safe words and boundaries and consent, and sometimes you got to fill out a piece of paper, write a contract, put your name on it, saying that if you don't ask me how I know, don't. Moving on.
There needs to be more studies on how this stuff affects women's brains, because clearly some are unable to tell the difference between fantasy and reality.
Right?
Ivy Lipton, a doctoral candidate in human sexuality, actually wrote about this for EV Magazine. I don't know what a doctoral candidate in human sexuality is, but she's hot, so I try.
And if you're, why would that be your profile pic if you're trying to be taken serious? I mean, she's hot, but yeah,
trust her. Your brain on orgasms isn't neutral. Dopamine release during climax is a powerful conditioning agent. What you repeatedly fantasize about becomes necessary for arousal. If your erotic imagination centers around abuse, monstrous violence, and submission to non-human entities, your brain is reprogramming itself to crave just that. It's not empowerment, it's neuroplasticity at its darkest. Scientists, psychologists, and the general public often state that men are visual and women are emotional. When it comes to sex, men can be turned on instantly by a sexual image to spite their mood, and women need to be turned on emotionally to get in the mood. So it's
yeah, I say it's pretty accurate.
stands to reason that porn for men is visual and porn for women is in the mind. I'm not equating porn to smut novels because one is a video of two people actually having real sex and the other is, well, just words on paper. I am, however, talking about the effect on the consumer. We know watching porn is bad for the brain. That's been proven and only rejected by Gooners who don't want to give it up. But is reading smut bad? You might say, duh, that's the whole point. Okay, fair enough. So let me rephrase, is reading smut harmful? Should we shame people for things that are wrong, immoral, or harmful? In my line of work, I've been told many times that shame has no place in sex. But if I use my brain for 2 seconds, it's clear that line of thinking is nonsense. Incest should be shamed, bestiality should be shamed,
Yes.
pedophilia should be shamed.
Oh, very
I'm
much
not
so.
equating monster smut with these things, but there are 50 shades of gray, so to speak, along the spectrum of harmful. Conditioning your brain and body to associate pleasure with monsters, slavery, or sexual violence is not healthy. Basically, they're cooked. Like, women are cooked. They are frying their
Sounds like it.
brains with this stuff. It's a pipeline, right? It's like the infamous evil alt-right pipeline. You know, you start watching ShoeOnHead, owning the feminists in 2015, and then in 2025, you're hailing Hitler, right? You know, the alt-right pipeline. And this one's like, you're reading Morning Glory Milking Farm, and the next thing you know, you're Mrs. Hands, right? Just say no. Just say no to monster porn. But why is monster smut so popular with women in particular? Like, you rarely see the opposite, and when you do, it's just like a girl with cat ears and fangs, or like a 10-foot tall dommy mommy vampire with giant titties.
Giants. Ooh, god damn.
Meanwhile, women are like, I want to f the pollution monster from Fern Gully. So people on Reddit asked this very question. Let's see the responses. Why do you guys like monster romances? Asking for a friend. Several reasons. 1, human men are quite often terrible. Romance books with human men are already partly fantasy, but monsters just takes the fantasy bit further.
What? What? Human men are quite often terrible. How are we terrible? I need. Every time I hear something about men are bad, men are terrible, I need explanations. I need, at least another paragraph of why we are terrible. Come on now. Come on.
2, it's sort of human nature to imagine relationships with paranormal beings and creatures.
No, it's not. Is it? Have I looked at it wrong?
We've been doing it in literature and art for centuries. It's just gotten a lot more graphic now, lol. 3, unique body forms / parts and so many different kinds of dicks. Scary, mean, terrifying creature, is sweet to her, kind, takes care of her, protects her, works hard to be gentle, etc. Maximal escapism, minimal association to real-life assholes, the patriarchy, misogyny, and oppression of women, etc, etc. Because the monsters are less dangerous than dating actual men.
What? I'm sorry if you had some bad relationships, but you know what? Maybe screen your men better.
As a fat woman of color.
What? You had to start it like that?
Modern, contemporary, and even fantasy romances are hard to click to because they are almost always about thin white women and just too realistic, and romance in real life is not always attainable for fat women / women of color. In monster alien romance, though, my size doesn't matter, and it's easier to get into that headspace and enjoy it. I'm sick of the men on Earth and looking for some variety. Non-humans haven't betrayed and hurt me, so they feel like a safe haven, if that makes sense. Plus the unusual dick. Monsters have big, fun-shaped cocks. I love some bizarre peen, unique genitalia.
I don't know I don't know where we're going to go from here, boys. We just can't keep up with the Minotaur peckers. Or the tentacle monsters from fucking space or whatever.
I don't know what I was expecting, honestly. A lot of women's smut, especially monster smut, is about submission, domination, forced breeding, non-consensual consent. The women are like conquered and taken and overpowered by these monsters. And I think many of these women are reading these books containing monsters and not men because masculinity and dominance in men has been completely demonized in modern society.
Yes, there's a term called, what is it? Something masculinity. I just had it in my brain. It went away. What happened? Toxic masculinity. There is no such thing as toxic masculinity. Men are supposed to be masculine. We're supposed to do the heavy, dangerous stuff. Women can do it too, but you know what? It takes a lot more to crush a man than it does a woman. You know, pick up at 400 pounds? Yes, sir. Be tired afterwards, woman? Maybe. But that was a bad example. I know, there's women out there that can do it too. I'm just saying in general.
But the truth is, many women still crave it. You see, the monsters in these stories have those, like, dominant masculine traits that women like so much, but they're not human men. They have all these traits women desire without the problematic baggage human men bring.
Yeah, it's like the story she just went back to about when they went out for coffee or whatever, and she was going to pay. He's like, no, I will pay. Blah, blah, blah. That is a trait of masculinity. Hey, we'll open the door for you. We'll pay for dinner. We will do this. You know, if somebody gets in your face, we will fight them. Blah, blah, blah. Just because it's a fucking minotaur doesn't mean it's still the same.
Without being the men they hate or have been told to
we're
hate.
almost done.
It is the perfect guilt-free slop. But they don't just want a wild dominant man. They want to tame a wild dominant man. Similar to when a man sees an art hoe with a nose ring, you can save her from her daddy issues. You can do it.
We can save her. I can change her. I just got to get the scepter ring out and she'll switch back.
It definitely won't backfire and ruin your life. Go for it. Go talk to her. With many women, there's this desire for, like, danger and aggression, but also the desire to tame that danger and aggression. The desire to be that special woman who can melt his heart. You see, my dragon boyfriend could rip me to shreds and kill me instantly, but he won't because he's nice and he loves me. But honestly, at the end of the day, just like the video I made about the anime girl in a wheelchair where men were saying, this is
that was my
average
first
male
ShoeOnHead
fantasy,
video.
and a bunch of women were like, you want to rape a disabled girl?
Yeah, that's the first thing they went. That's not even what it was about. That was my first ShoeOnHead reaction. What is the real men's fantasy? And somebody suggested this one on that video. And here we are. Thank you. I just want to say a big thank you to them for my trauma I'm going to have after this. But yeah, that was my first. Yeah, the girl was older than the guy. And she said it was like a fantasy of, young crippled woman. But the guy was happy, just helping her live her life. Nothing to do with being in a wheelchair, Jesus. But yeah, we can't talk about this. But no, we had men be happy with a woman in a wheelchair, and they call it weird.
In reality, it was just a distilled manifestation of the average male fantasy, which is to protect and provide for a sweet woman.
Exactly. Oh, sorry, Shue.
And
I didn't mean to stop it right there. That little squinty eye. Yeah, it was the average male fantasy is to provide, secure, and to have somebody care about him. I mean, equally. It's not hard.
Save her. This is like basically the flip of that, right? This is just the distilled manifestation of the female fantasy. Men are seeing this and they're saying, what do you mean you want to milk a minotaur? When in reality, right? It's just to have a big, strong protector and provider swoop you up and save you. And like I said in that video, they're basically both the same fantasy. This is a tale as old as time, the princess being saved from the dragon by a knight in shining armor, whether the dragon be a wheelchair or student loans, you know? But in this case, the woman is being f***ed by the dragon and the knight sits in the corner and watches or something.
Oh, he's cooking it. No, don't watch. Don't watch.
I don't know. Maybe it's not that deep. There are some hungers better starved than fed. And maybe as women, for the sake of society, we have to starve our hunger for Minotaur business. Yeah, that's the
That's a
that's the
takeaway.
moral of this video.
That's a takeaway.
So what do you guys think? What is your theory? Why is the monster romance genre so popular with women in particular? And who is your weirdest hear me out? Be honest. I don't want to hear no Lola Bunny, okay? You all know mine already.
What? I do not.
It's not that he's a fish, okay? He has an energy, okay? He has a vibe. You know what? Never mind. And I will
Don't on yourself, sorry.
see you guys again really soon with a new video.
Yep. Go follow Shoe on Twitter and all that jazz up there. Yeah. So, fellas, that is Miss ShoeOnHead's female Gooner must be stopped. I knew going into this that I didn't want to hear that I may be traumatized. It may take me some days to recover from what I just heard and what just happened. But Miss Shoe, hope I did you proud. And yeah, go. She's gonna be in down the description. Go give her a follow. You know, show her some love. And if you want to, hit that follow and bell notification, all that good stuff with me too. But guess what? I'll never tell you what to do. And until next time, be good, be safe, be awesome.